Good morning, students. In this video, we are going to discuss about merits of sole proprietorship. In our last video, we have discussed what do you mean by sole proprietor, right? Sole means single and proprietor means trader. So, a person who himself controls, manages and owns his business is called as a sole proprietor. So, let's deal with the merits of the sole proprietor. The first one is easy formation. Like any other form of business, the formation of sole proprietorship is very easy and it is very quick also, because you do not have to take any kind of license or permission to start up your business. Neither you have to fulfill any kind of legal formalities to start up your sole proprietorship. Is it clear? And you don't have to register your company, you don't have to get indulged into any kind of legal procedures, and whatever like formalities like expenditures, capital, it is decided by the proprietor only. Then that is why it is very easy and quick to form a sole proprietorship form of business. Next is your motivation to work. If suppose you are only a sole proprietor, okay, if you are seeing that you are earning profit, right, it will motivate you, it will be initiating you to take up some extra effort to work more and more harder. Suppose in the initial stages you need to survive in the market first rather than earning profit. So if you are surviving in the market and then after a particular period of time you have started generating profit, then it will create a kind of greed in you, like you have to or you want to earn more and more of profit, which will ultimately initiate you to work more and more harder. Quick decision. As sole proprietor is the only person to manage, control and own his business, he don't have to take anybody's permission or anybody's decision. Whatever he wants to decide, he has to decide it all alone. So that is why the decisions taken by the sole proprietor is very quick and very instantaneous. Independent control. There is no other body who controls or manages the sole proprietorship. He himself, the proprietor himself, controls, manages his business. Whatever he want to imply or whatever you can say, whatever he want to supervise, he has to do it all alone. Secrecy of affair. As there is no third person or second person in his business, there is no second person also. Then let's not talk about the third person. So whatever you can say affairs or whatever secrets he want to maintain, he can maintain it with himself only. If he don't want to share it with others, then he will keep the secrecy with himself only. Personal touch. As the proprietor is only owning the business, is only managing the business, so he directly comes into contact with the customers. Okay, he is directly in contact with the employees. So what happens, he has a sense of personal belongingness or personal touch with his employees and customers, and he have a very healthy relation with them. Flexibility of operation. If suppose I am a sole proprietor, I own a shop, so if I am seeing that this thing is not working, if I am bringing this commodity, it is not getting sold off, so what I'll do, I'll simply shift it to some other commodity. For example, I opened a sweet shop and I'm seeing that I'm unable to run the sweet shop and the demand is also not quite you can say attractive for me. I'll shift it into a grocery shop. So it is readily flexible. A sole proprietorship firm is readily flexible because it is small in size and it is dependent completely on the owner. Next is economy. As you know, the proprietor is only the owner, manager and controller of the business. He don't appoint any kind of specialist for his programming. So that is why it is very inexpensive. Minimum government regulations. Sole proprietor business is free from government regulations, as no legal formalities has to be fulfilled to start up a sole proprietorship, so the government interventions are also very minimum. Easy dissolution. Easy dissolution. Easy dissolution means if a sole proprietor does not want to continue with his business, he will simply wind it off and say tata bye bye. Social utility. Sole proprietorship provides an opportunity for gainful self-employment to a person with limited money. If a person does not have that much amount of money, it gives them opportunity to start up a sole proprietor. Anybody can come and go and start, or you can say they want to start, they can start their own sole proprietorship. So let's come to the next topic, demerits of sole proprietorship. So if anything has a merit, it also has a demerit. So the first demerit is limited capital resources. As you know, the capital is brought up by the proprietor himself. So if he does not have that much amount of fund, then he will you can say face the problem of shortage of fund in the future. That is why the capital resources are very less. Limited managerial ability is the next point. As he is himself managing his business, he is himself controlling his business, he is not getting that specialized you can say personnels to manage his business. So you can say that somewhere they are lacking that efficiency in the business. They are not getting 100% output out of it. Okay. Third is unlimited liability. Unlimited liability means if the owner is unable to pay off the debts, to pay off the liabilities, then his personal properties will also be seized. Like if he is not able to pay off his liability of his business, like he is unable to pay off the debts, then he has to sell his house also, he has to sell his car also. So that means unlimited liability. Next is uncertain life. The business is entirely dependent on the owner. So if the owner dies, or if any mishappenings happens to the owner, then automatically the business will be shut down. So there is no certainty of life of the sole proprietorship. Next is and the last topic is your limited scope for expansion. There is, as they have limited capital, they have limited managerial resources. So when it is very, like you can say, this sole proprietorship form of business has very little scope of expanding, because you can expand your business or you can grow your business only and only when you have your capital, when you have your more managerial abilities and you are facing shortage of it. So it is very less chances of growth and expansion of a sole proprietorship. So that's all in the chapter. With this we have completed our chapter Sole Trader. Okay. Please go through it. If you have any problem, if you have any queries, you can definitely ask me. You can write down in your comment, teacher, I am facing this problem. Teacher, can you explain me this again? Teacher, explain me this topic. And as you know, we'll be starting up with the Zoom classes. So you can ask your doubts there also. That's it for today. Thank you. Bye-bye.